Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to beat the boss Kinrangr Guardian Folard, and this is in the game Lords of the Fallen 2023. So we gotta first clear out that umbral parasite that's causing this boss to be invincible, and there's also some dogs around that we gotta be mindful of. This is my first attempt at it, so it shouldn't be too difficult of a boss fight. I only had 2 heals there, and I didn't find it to be too challenging because the attacks are pretty well telegraphed. And as long as you take out the dogs first, they don't really pose to be too much of a challenge. So yeah, work on the mobs first. They do a lot of ice damage, and then I realized there's a wall there, so that was a little bit struggling. But if you go into the umbral form, the water goes away, so you can do that if you'd like, but having that extra life is nice, and maybe keep a couple saves or a couple heals if you're feeling like you need a bit more. But he is pretty weak to, I would say, holy damage and definitely fire damage. So if you got any fire salts, I would recommend using them for this fight, since it will make this a lot easier. Now, I also have poison on my weapon. I found that poison did pretty good chunks of damage. Also, I have the eyeball that you can put in your lamp that increases or causes wither damage when you dodge perfectly. I found this to be pretty useful too, since his attacks are pretty easy to dodge. And you kind of just spam roll there like that to get out of the way and get some hits in when you can. But he's relatively not too difficult, especially once the dogs are taken care of, because the damage that he does is not crazy high compared to some other bosses that I've fought. I think that this is supposed to be somewhat of an earlier boss, maybe. I'm not too far in the game right now. I've only lit 2 of the beacons, but yeah, he didn't seem too challenging. I got him to half health now, but the last little bit I kind of burst away from him, since there's a good amount of fire, or it's a good amount of poison damage on him. It creates a quick draining of his health bar, and it only gets faster as time goes on, especially with bleed too. There's a big proc of bleed there that chunked down his health a lot. And yeah, I also have my umbral form, so I'm not worried too much. With only 2 heals, he isn't too difficult. But Kinrangr Guardian Folard is a pretty easy boss in Lords of the Fallen. But let me know what you think of this boss fight. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you found this video useful.